We're live. So this connection from my just sort my Bluetooth. There we go. Alrighty. Looks like I've got everything up and running. I've got lights, camera, action. Let's get my reference picture. Zoom in. Going to do ear. I will block in the ear that I can see. Which is in shadow. Just check my camera angle. I'm going to be down in here. Yeah, you're going to get a bit of glare off that. Let's try and adjust the lights. That's a bit better. All right, let's zoom in the camera. Go. I'm going to be, yeah, that's good. All right, so let's just talk a little bit about progress so far on the painting. I have started blocking in Neela's arm, blocked in her lips. This is not the final colour for her lips. Her lips are a much more soft orange. I see that right on the reference image. And on her face, so started shaping the nose and just get that fall off on her cheekbone. I know poor Neela looks a bit jaundiced with the ochre there, but it's gonna get blended back. And so we'll crack on with the ear. So everything that I've been doing so far, apart from the lips, has been pan pastel. But when it comes to detail around the ears, I find it's best just to use a pastel pencil. So, and she'll have quite a few strands of hair coming over her ear. So, just have to. This is a Faber-Castell, by the way, pastel. They're quite lovely. I didn't use them for a long time. Just couldn't seem to get in the right frame of mind to use them. I got used to my Faber-Castells. Lines to start off with. But once I started using them, I just want to try and get contour. Once I started using them, they were quite lovely. ears are all sorts of interesting shapes. It can be a bit intimidating. If you just oh, hello, Cindy. How lovely to see you. Yes, this is Neela starting to get together, and I'm just saying hello to my friend Cindy, who I also met on LinkedIn, and Cindy's recently just become, well, I don't think it's the first time, but a grandma again. So it's lovely. Granddaughter. Delightful about babies. I hope your granddaughter's doing really well, Cindy. Try and read this picture properly. That. It's absolutely beautiful. Fantastic. It's just so good. Something about freshly baked babies. And they smell fantastic as well. Well, not all the time, but I remember boys were born. Just how wonderful that was. It was quite a tricky little ear. It's covered with lots of hair. So we're going to have to do an impression of an ear, I think. And that's okay too. Do an impression of an ear. Have some creative juice. The important thing to do is not panic when doing ears, and they are a lot redder than what you imagine them to be. It's the one bit of the body. It's got quite a lot of blood in it. So don't be shy. Adding a bit more red than maybe you normally would. think we'll have a lot of here. Just sort of. It's this one. This is a pink, I think. So I had a chat with Neela about how the painting was going, and I'm like, oh, I hope you're not horrified, because blocking in, when you're blocking in, it can look a bit scary. She just laughed and told me that her husband's been watching it as well. And I'm like, oh, that's some motivation, isn't it, to get it right? I see what's going on here. All we need is see what's going on. Just sort of lost that line of her ear because I'm looking at the line of this gouache, and which is not spelt G-W-A-S-H, so it's spelt, how is it spelt? G-U-O-A-C-H-E, something like that. Gouache. I've got some somewhere. Gouache, yeah. Anyway, when I was being careful as I used it on her ear, somehow. Lighter. I was a bit dubious about doing detailed work with pencils on YouTube, because I tend to stick my face right inside the painting, and be a bit disconcerting to suddenly see the back of my head taking up the whole screen. Get some darkness. A raspberry. No, I want a blue. That's what I want. Gentle blue. Gentle blues around here. Maybe that one. Yeah, could be in the shadow. We'll just drop a layer of blue on top. Yeah, like, let's try that one. No, I think it's green. That. Definition. Blue on top. Blue or green? Try blue first of all. Let's sharpen this one up. So my sharpener that I'm using is a Derwent. I picked a Derwent sharpener because the Derwent pencils tend to be thicker barrels than all my other pencils. Yeah, own black. Bit of a goldy earring. Which will also have a reflection of her skin. And now it's that little thicker. Goldy colour. You want to have a hair that comes straight down across that as well. And get the shape of her ear. It's going to come that quite got the right shape. Flat. Got a flat earlobe. Not fat, flat. Something soft. Very soft. Lower that down just a little bit. Very yellow. That's not the colour I wanted. Here, this is Once the layers are built up, then suddenly you find your way. And for me, it's very much building a map of the a map of where everything is, and then everything sort of pops into place. But just that initial getting it all into shape, be a bit of a job. Hammer. A bit of light. It's just sitting right there. To yellow, so we'll knock that back. Okay, that's enough ear. I'll come back to her ear later. I need to do something. It's hot summer here in New Zealand, and I can feel myself starting to melt. I need a fan. That's what I need. There we go. That's better. My word. So how hot is it in the studio at the moment? It is. It's not too bad. It's only 24 degrees Celsius. That's pretty good. Her arm, that's what we want to do. Let's go to okay, so that ear, I got to fix that ear. That's going to drive me mad. Problem is that in my mind, I'm seeing where her hair is going to be coming across as well, and I don't want to put her hair in yet because the right time. But we need to do this with back a bit. It's just so much more greener in there. That's the problem. The great thing about pan pastel is, or pastels in general, so if you don't like what you've done, you just go back and fix it. Yeah. Needs to be purple, blue, right, blue. Accept colour there. I see what I've done. This needs to come with heat. Let's get that up here. Right. That we've blended that all back. Going to reshape it, and we'll start by knocking some pastel off. So I'm just really unhappy with that ear. I started this channel, I said I'm going to paint live, not because I'm fantastic at painting, but it's a journey, and sometimes things work and sometimes they don't. This is one of those days where they don't. That's okay. not about how we fall over. It's about how we get up. That is the shape. Get it's picture. Did that one? Now we're getting somewhere. What's that? We're going to come back to this here. There's no doubt about that. Come back to it. But I just need to get the shape of it sorted and starting to feel a bit better. I had a moment of despair. We don't like moments of despair. When you're painting someone that you know, you don't want to mix them up. So I don't know what colour green this is. It's just green to me, but I've actually found green a really good colour in shadows. I wonder if I've got that too high. I think that might be the issue. I think that's, yeah. I just check against your reference photo and see if I've got that eye. No, comes to just it's right on the top of your brow. No, that's right. This is the wrong. The angle's all wrong. So this be more. Yeah. Out to there. And there's the outline again. Maybe let's just take that off again. There's no shame in doing it until you get it right. Ooh, I might end up deleting the episode though from the live. Will I? No, I'll keep it. Promised. I just show mistakes and all. pull this back with a brush. Keep going until we get it. Well, I'm not trying to get a picture perfect, as in a photocopy of Neela. Here it comes around here, swoops up to here. Now we've got I think it's a bit lower. Do it just a bit lower. That's right. That's actually right. So shape-wise, we come in from here. That one. I want this one. Come in from here. Come across. Down. Yeah, it's got that sharp. What's that? You don't get your proportions right. Just haunts me if I don't get my proportions right. Still there. Still there. We're going to have. Yeah. Way down to her ear. That. We're going to go with more yellow in there this time. It's very yellow. That'll do. The agony of art. Michelangelo never had this issue. He just splashed the paint on and away he went. Okay, less depression about it now. Finish this coffee, which is probably cold. Well, he's only gone and done it. Step back and have a look because my face has been right in that picture frame. What do we want? Step back. We can all step back a bit. Okay, so the shape is a whole lot better. And now so I feel like I've got the proportion mostly right. Neela would disagree, but that's okay. We're going to have much more hair coming through, and I need to cool this down now. That's where it's at, is that it needs... It's finding the right shade. Was a bit heavy. That was a bit heavy-handed, David. Need a bit more. Colour on top. Yes, I just got a mixture of blue probably experiment with that offline. But once the hair has come over the ear, and I'll just fix up maybe the shape. It might be a little heavy around there. It's very much a case finding a right shade of blue. Bluey grey. I do think that her ear, once I've covered it with hair, it's going to just be a darker one in there. I'm a bit nervous about going too dark. Victoria. The times in this episode. But it is dark in there. So man up, David. It's the shadow we need. You. Yeah. So I need to fix her earring too, because it's more bang on the edge. Which might just mean reshaping her ear again. Yeah, we can do. Make that earring a little bit bigger. We could do that. Zoom in, so this is I'm happy with where I'm at here. This is all going to be covered in here, and I need the color to be there so that it just sits behind the hair. And if we don't have that there, it'll look silly. Actually, bulges. I shouldn't use the word bulge on his ear, but we've got running around like that. We just make that a little redder. Yeah. We have a bit of a shadow underneath it. That's it. Yeah. Wow. It was painful. All right, so let's zoom out. Zoom out. My word. All right. What we need is some energy because I am so. The things with using pastel pencil is I'm so tight with it. I can feel my arms all seized up now, my shoulders. Just hope my wife doesn't grab them and try and massage them because that's going to be so painful. Drop some energy onto the painting. Bit of pan pastel. Going to be interesting doing her the hair on her shoulder later. Now I just want to desperately break out the pans. And relax. That year was stressful. Man. This is an orange I'm dropping on, dark orange. I use it sort of in lieu of brown. And I really want to get, it, this is going to be an impression of Neela, although I got carried away on that ear. But as an impression of Neela, one of the things that's really important to capture about her is her energy. And she used to have this thing where she'd talk about spicy leadership, something with a bit of oomph and flavour. This namby-pamby stuff. Not saying that she rushes in, but she just adds flavour instead of it being weak. And so red, I want to have red in my painting of here. It's a bit of a artistic license thing. But it's that, that's it, David. Be bold. Just balance that a bit. I've gone a bit too dark over here. That feels so good to cut loose. There we go. It's a good bit of blocking in. Yeah. Might put some of that on her chin. It's gonna work for me. tone. Be all right. Don't get carried away, David. Got some fine detail to do on Neela's face, but I'm just so relieved that the top of her ear. Forget the rest. Oh, the earring's okay, but that bit there, that's working for me. So let's just zoom in so you can do a final. I've been working on this ear this morning. I've taken it off twice, or maybe it was 3 times, and just had to reshape it. In here, this is not what a normal ear looks like. Okay, she does have a little bit of a, it's the shape, but the earring just needs to be toned down a little bit too. But this is all going to have hair over it, and it sweeps in around this curve here and out again. So if I bring up the reference photo, I know there's a little reference photo there. I'll bring up the bigger reference photo. Well, that doesn't really help, does it? You can't really tell. But there's a curl of hair around her ear, and so that's this color here is and shape is just to sort of give a bit of definition to what's to be underneath, what's going over the top. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's one of those terrible things where you're trying to paint something which you actually imagine something else on top of, and you're trying not to think about, you want to put the bit that's on top first, which is what I did with her hair. So her hair is around her shoulder. Let me show what I'm pointing to. So her hair, I painted with gouache around her shoulder, and then I'm like, oh, you idiot! Now you got to paint either around it, like paint by numbers in between the lines, or you just got to paint over the top again, and then we'll add the hair later. And I know what it's like adding sometimes pastels. Trying to do hair on top of other pastels, it can be a little tricky. Anyway, we've got a bit of colour on that arm, a bit more on this arm. Starting to pick out some colours for her face. The nose is starting to shape up, and she doesn't look quite as scary as she used to. Alrighty, that is a long session. What are we up to? 11:15. It's definitely been an hour. Thank you very much to all those who had the patience to watch me redo this ear several times. And I'm looking forward to finishing off blocking in her face. I'll block in her throat. We'll get the detail of her. Actually, I'll block in the rest of her arm, and then some detail on the tattoo. Finish off those arms, and then torso, and then the background, which I'm still going on in my head, and I need to be doing things like about violets and blues. What's blue like? Yeah. Something. I want that turquoise on her top. So I want this light to dark, with some violets. I really want streaks of violet. Down off into the sunset. Right. I need a coffee. Go sit in the corner and cry over that ear for a little bit. Thank you very much for watching, for being part of the journey with me. Sometimes the journey is, there's a scenic highlight along the way, and other times you go, are we there yet? Today was a little bit like, are we there yet? But until next time,